everybody. How you doing? What's new and exciting? I'm just double checking all the things to make sure I've got this set up right. I think I have it set up right. I think I'm doing it right. Okay. It says I'm live. I'm live. I'm live. Hello, Novira. Hello, Andy the Wildflower. We are just trying an experiment. Calcium is here. Long-haired, skinny-eyed toe. Haven't seen you in a while. How you doing? Hershey the Shadow Reader. Lacey B. Gail. Sunny D. Leanna's here. I need that little mirror. I need that little romper room mirror. And I see that Nancy's here. D. Miss Moonlight Musings. Estella. Erignon. I'm not up to much, Erignon. Lisa and I got talking over the weekend. I did I did a reading. Basically, we decided I'm going to start doing readings for the collective on Fridays. And hello to everybody I missed. Of course, I'm not gonna try too hard to get every single person because I'm bad for that. If I do that, I'll spend all my time saying hello and none of my time doing anything else. The Queen is doing some readings. I'm not sure what that's going to look like. Don't forget, guys, I am a forever noob. So basically, Lisa and I were talking and decided that I was going to start doing readings on Fridays. Readings for the collectives. Those we've already done 2 on the channel. And I did a couple of extra so that way if for some reason, like we're going to be out of town on Friday, so the one for Friday has already been recorded, stuff like that. But it's like that was a lot of fun getting some actual practice because you know what it is? Like I work from home. I'm just chilling. I'm semi-retired. I'm old. I'm an old married fart. So it's like, how many readings for yourself can you do in a day? How many readings, right? So no, I'm not doing the book club. I'm just messing around. Basically, 2 things that happen. There's not much of a story to this. I'm just going to make it sound bigger than what it is. So I'm doing readings on Fridays on Lisa's channel, on this channel. I'm doing a Friday reading for the collective. Oh, Maruda, welcome. I'm doing my spring cut. This is about every 3 months. I just shave it all off and we get on with my day. So I had fun doing them, and we kind of got chatting, and it's like, well, I'm doing a little baby sewing channel, but then it's going to be weird if it's like, oh, I'd love to do more readings, but I can only do so many readings for myself. I don't do anything. I have no fucking life, right? Oh, my wife is here. So it's like, well, my channel is all about tarot, and I'm not using it during the day. She's at work. She's at her day. Lisa just said hi, but she's actually at her day job right now, right? So we decided, let's give it a shot. Let me come in, take over the channel for a little while. I like you guys. I think most of you like me. And maybe I can get some practice readings in, shoot the shit, do whatever. And do you know what my wife did to me today? I mean, you guys are going to be horrified. I get in the car. She calls me up and she's like, I got to run a couple of errands on my lunch break. She's at her muggle job right now, right? She's like, I got to run a couple of errands on my lunch break. You want to come with me? So it's fine. So she's in the driver's seat, which is on this side. And I get in the car. I go, hey, honey, you know how you reach over and you put your arm on the back of your partner's seat? I reach over. I go, hey, honey, lean in, give her a kiss. And she goes, that reminds me, I need deodorant. So I put my arm back down and went, oh, really? Why are you saying that? I'm wobbling the camera. Okay. I'm wobbling the camera because you know what I'm doing? I'm sitting here shuffling my cards. So I'm going to have to lean back to shuffle a little bit so I'm not wobbling the camera like crazy. So yeah, no, I'm just using the camera that's on my laptop. So any little wobbling. So we'll figure that out. We will figure that out. Oh, you didn't think I was going to rat you out. Look at her. She's like, oh my God. Also with love. Hey, you got BO, honey. That reminds me. But she didn't. I'll give her some credit. She didn't say, honey, you need to go home and fix that. She had said, oh, that reminds me. I need deodorant. It's like, oh, subtle, babe, subtle. And she's like, no, I really do. And I'm like, well, thank you for letting me remind you of that. So maybe I better check and see if I need any too. Anyway, Ooh, more people still showing up. Okay, so what my plan is today is you guys are going to be, okay, we have a little bit of house. Well, no, we're not going to call it housekeeping today because what we're not going to do today is look behind me and see all the sewing shit that's all over the place right now because I'm in my sewing corner. I'm doing this from my sewing corner because if I'm going to do readings, I'm going to have to, oh, honey, I'm not spilling all of your secrets. Give me a minute, okay? Just give me a minute. Anyway, so I'm back in my sewing corner so that I have access to a tabletop because I'm going to do some readings, but we're going to pretend not to notice the messy fabric. I'm going to show it to you and then ask you to pretend it doesn't exist. That's just, cleaning up what I'm working on today so I can make some, there's not much tea. Like your wife kind of hinting that you need to put on extra deodorant. I think she was hinting that I don't know what she was hinting at. It's like, hey, honey, you stink. Don't touch me. Okay, well, thanks for asking. She's the one who asked me. She's like, come with me to go do some errands, honey. And as I get in the car, by the way, you smell bad. It's like, why are you inviting me along then? Anyway, I think we just did because Novira is, who said that? Gail says, if you found out how to set up for a live sewing session, we are still working on that. Not still working on that. Right now, I just realized if I try to sew, you guys could be looking at it like this. Something just fell. Something literally just fell all the way back there. Probably a bobbin or something. This is working, so I could do live sewing, but my problem is that this is sitting right in the middle. I've got my laptop out, and it's sitting right in the middle of my sewing area. I could do a small project. Yeah, I think what I would have to do is use a second camera. If I can hook a camera, I can hook a camera into a tripod. I can do this. I think we figured it out. I think we are one teeny tiny step away from figuring it out because if I'm working on a small enough project, and have most of my fabric pre-cut, so because this table, I don't have a, I have a cutting mat right here, right? My other cutting mat's over there. You can just barely see the corner of the table here. But yeah, so I think all we have left to resolve is making sure that whatever I'm doing isn't going to do that. First, I make you guys motion sickness, and then I do the thing. And as always, if I'm not keeping up, feel free to chat with each other. It's all good. I don't care. I'm here for a good time. You guys don't owe me shit, so that's fine. Lisa Pia's Life says, where are you hiding at, Lisa? She's actually at work today. She's at her day job. She's not even home. We decided to take over on her channel because I was like, I felt like it's like, well, I want to be able to do readings once in a while. And it seems silly to do it on, I've got a baby sewing channel and it seems silly to do readings on a sewing channel. So this is like, well, borrow my channel. I'm not using it during the day. Anyway, so we are going to keep in mind, I'm going to take questions for readings in a minute. So if you got questions to think of it, but there's a couple of rules here. Yeah, she's lurking from work. A couple of rules here is that I'm a noob. I'm not going to try too hard. I'm here for my own practice right now. Absolutely ask a question. Try not to get too deep because I do good readings, but to do a good reading, I need more time. I need lots and lots of time. So if I want to do, I'm just going to do quick 1 or 2 card pulls. So for a quick 1 or 2 card pulls, keep the questions a little bit, I don't know, basic. Don't make it so easy that I'm wasting my time, but that sounded shitty. Trisha says, okay, so to answer that question, I've kind of been messing around with tarot off and on for funsies since I was a teenager. So long before I met Lisa, I never really got into it. Nobody I knew was really into tarot. And don't forget, we're talking back before the internet. So so it's like, oh, you get into tarot, you do a few readings for yourself and for your friends. And unless you got something going on, you just stop. So I've stopped and started for years and years and years. And Lisa came along and it's like, oh, cool. Now I can kind of start getting a little bit better at it, a little bit whatever. But even for the most part, it's Lisa doing readings for me. I only really started getting into it once she started collecting, because she started taking it more seriously, and then I had better access to it. So I just started doing more and more. I just did. Wait, what's today? On Friday, I did a week ahead reading. I'll do a week ahead reading for Miss. I don't know why this is doing that. Okay, I'm going to do a week ahead reading for Miss Moonlight Musing, and then I will try to get to the next one. Now, if you put your question all in caps, but okay, for starters, I'm trying to do the readings and stay caught up with the chat. I'm not going to make a list, or maybe I should. Well, I'm not going to be able to keep up with making a list. So I will try to remember and get back to people. But so let's do a week ahead reading for Miss Moonlight Musing. We're not trying too hard. We're not looking too deep. So, and I am using my Practical Wisdom Tarot because it has all the readings on it. So your week ahead, your beginning of the week, Knight of Wands. Now, I do read reversals, but I don't read them as opposites. So beginning of your week is, prepared to act. So you've got some stuff to get done. You've got some stuff to get done this week, and you need to be ready to act on whatever those things are as soon as they come to your attention. So the card says, prepare to act. Something needs you to be fully engaged. Passion is a good leader if you rein in anger. Ooh, anger. Pay attention to things that require a lot of energy. Events are in your favor. Enthusiasm can carry you far in this endeavor. Honestly, I just picked up what jumped out to me is prepare to act. You've got some stuff going on. You're kind of waiting. You're in a bit of a holding. And like I said, we're not looking at big, huge, giant things. So, LBR88X liberates. Says, do I ever think I'll get into Lenormand? I like Lenormand. It's too involved for me at this. I like Lenormand. I play around with Lenormand, but I'm already slow enough that it just takes way too long for me. So, okay. So rule with your head and not your heart. Your next card was the King of Swords. So rule with your head, not your heart. Others look for you to decide divisive steps for solving problems. You will have to investigate all sides to learn the truth. Do not let emotions get in your way. You must be the dispassionate judge to show others how it's done. This card was reversed. So you're gonna have that you need to look at whatever's going. You need to be prepared to act and keep your feelings out of it. You have to keep your feelings out of it. This card being reversed is you kind of really don't want to keep your feelings out of it. But you're going to get better results if you go logical thinking first, worry about how I feel later. So that's kind of something that you have to worry about right now. And the last card, also upright. Oh, has this got to do with your job? Because this is the Ace of Pentacles. And this is about your money. This is about changes. Okay, this says, looking for a job or a promotion. Here is the beginning of monetary success and good health, happy family and friends. It's a good time to send your resume out or ask for a promotion. Job offers, more money, and volunteer opportunities abound. Plant the seeds for your money harvest. So at a guess, I would say that you've got something's going on in your world that might have an opportunity to bring you some more money. And you need to look at it logically you need to look at it logically first, emotionally second. That doesn't mean ignore your emotions, but look at a pro and con list, and the cons quite often are about your feelings. So look at the logical things first. This is not saying what you should or shouldn't do. This is saying this is the opportunity that you're going to have presented to you. It does say here is the beginning of monetary success and good health, happy family and friends. So whatever opportunity is coming your way, look at the logic first before you worry about the emotional piece. Like maybe it's like, oh, I have a lot of friends at this job. It's like, yeah, but the other job pays double. Okay, so Marlena just showed up. And Chanda, Miss Moonlight Musing. Okay, I'm gonna try and scroll back up and see if I can grab one of the ones that came up earlier. Nancy of Crohn's Intuition on energy for the next few weeks. So this isn't about, sorry guys, if you're seeing the wobbling, just to remind you guys, it's where I've got the camera sitting. No big deal. I'll see what I can do to figure it out later, but right now I'm kind of stuck with it. Wow. Okay. So this is a similar reading, but we're looking on just the energy for the next few weeks. I'll try to remember to hold the cards up. And I do talk fast. By the way, I do talk fast. If you go into the bottom of the screen, you'll see a little gear. You can actually adjust the speed. Now, if you adjust the speed to slow my voice down, you will slowly start to fall behind in the chat. But if that's something you need to do in order to hear me better, I mean, understand me better because I talk too fast, that's something you'll be doing. Okay, so we've got the Hierophant. So your energy for that, I mean, this is, and that was the first, and it's a major arcana. So this really needs to be the focus of the next week, and that's explore prayer, meditation, or whatever you use to talk to your higher power. So your energy for your next few weeks, if it's not already about the emotional, the inward, that doesn't mean be selfish. Obviously, the Hierophants, be confident that you have the information you need while remembering to admit that those areas where you need more knowledge. Watch for a unique key to unlock a mystery. This is a good time to explore prayer, meditation, or whatever you use to talk to your higher power. So this is more about contemplating. And if you're only looking at the energy and not looking at tangible things, it's like, yeah, your energy for the next few weeks is going to be better spent just focusing on the things that you need to. Okay, we're not doing pay for readings. I don't know how to turn it off though. So I appreciate that. And if I can get to your reading, I will, but that's not what we're doing today. Okay. I'm just practicing at some shit. Okay. So the next card, now this was reversed and this was the Six of Pentacles. It's a good day for getting gifts as well as giving them. The giver of the gifts are blessings when received with sincere gratitude. You may be asked to get involved in a local charity, step into that role. So when this is reversed, it doesn't mean you should be or that you are self-centered or self-focused on things. This is weird. Okay, this is self-focused for the next few weeks, focusing on what you want, what you need, what works for you. Because you said energy. You said what reading on your energy. So this is not about whether or not you're generous. It's about take a look at how generosity looks for you. Take a look at the energy behind that. So if you've got something coming up where you're going to be giving a gift, are you good? Are you trying to look for ways to go over the top with somebody who may not need that or not appreciate it? That's the wrong way to put it. But are you looking at ways to? I don't know. I really don't know. Like, I mean, when we're looking at just the energy, it becomes very intangible very quickly. Let's go straight to the next card, which is also reversed and is also a 6, and that's the 6 of Wands. Victory is in your grasp. Victory is in your grasp. Get ready for your celebratory dance. You have earned rewards. The action you have taken. So these two cards together, they're both 6s. And now you guys are going to have to educate me. I know that 6s by the number alone have a specific meaning. I can't remember what that is. So this is part of what we're doing. I don't know everything. So if I'm missing something or if you guys are noticing a connection that I don't notice, tell me, because I'm doing readings for fun to get practice and learning. So if you guys notice something that, hey, by the way, 2 6s in the same reading can often mean blah. So these cards are in reverse, which does not mean the exact opposite. This says, getting gifts as well as giving them. This is, okay, victories in your grasp. It doesn't mean you're automatically going to lose. But it means that something's going on. Something's going on. Victory is within your grasp. Now, make sure you're earning it and not just finding a way to shortcut your way. Stuff like that. It's not a bad card, but I mean, maybe sometimes you can win at something and then feel like shit over how you won it. Stuff like that. So you're looking at the energy of gift giving and generosity is kind of associated with. You're not feeling great about it. Doing really well at something, you're not necessarily feeling great about it. So your job in the next coming week is to look at what energy are you bringing to that to make these not feel as good as they could. Does that make sense? I hope it makes sense. It makes sense. I would love to see feedback. Don't forget, there's also a comment section below if you want to add to that. Oh, okay, Miss. I didn't see your second comment, Miss, and thank you. I saw the thing. Miss that gave a quick little donation there. Did it as a thank you, and yeah, I just want to make sure. Sometimes it's my understanding. Correct me if I'm wrong. That when people do this, sometimes they're doing it for tips and money, and I just want to make sure that nobody got the wrong idea. But I do appreciate it. I appreciate it. I love you guys. Okay, I hope that made sense. I hope that made sense. Okay. And that was for Nancy at Crohn's Intuition. Let me just start scrolling down. I've got 2 chats up. I can go in order, kids. Kind of order. So what are we at here? Has anybody else? Okay, Leanna has asked for, sorry, I should be putting these up. Can I ask for advice on my job career? Thank you. I am going to just do 2 cards on that. And don't forget to remind everybody, I'm probably going to remind you guys every 4 seconds, just in case for people coming in and people, people come and go. I'm just doing this for fun because I'm still learning. So I'm not Lisa, I'm Peggy, and I'm doing noob readings. Peggy does noob readings. Okay. So let me see what I've got here. I'm just doing 2 cards for you. So this was advice on job career. Well, your first card, and it's upright, and it's a major arcana, is the Hangman. So the Hangman's about waiting, life in suspension. So answers can be found when you look at things from a different angle. So yeah, you've got stuff going on. I don't think it's a lot. Suspending your own sense of reality lets you see something from someone else's point of view. And by the way, I'm just reading off the cards in case you're picking up something that I'm not. Challenging yourself to examine the issue at hand from a different vantage point. Sometimes answers really are closer than they appear. So your job and career doesn't seem to have a lot going on, but there's a lot that you're missing. There's a lot, and it doesn't mean it's big. It just means there's things that you're missing. So whatever's going on right now, if you have unless something really, really insanely important is happening in your work world right now, then my advice is to just pause, go through the status quo. Don't try to shake up anything for the next little while. And like I said, these are not long-term, deep readings. So, over the next week or 2, just, okay, I'm going to sit back and pay attention to what's going on. There's something you're missing. That's going to help you make a better job/career decision. And that is 7 of Cups. Now, 7 of Cups is about having so many choices, there's so much going on. And like I said, we're not talking about huge major things, but there's a lot going on, and you're really trying to struggle what you should pick with. And sometimes with the 7 of Cups, what happens is you try and choose all of it and then get so frustrated, overwhelmed, and just buried in it that you can't see the forest for the trees, and you can't make a good decision. This card was upright. Oh, no, I'm sorry. This card was, I forget. We don't always have to care if the card is reversed, because the 7 of Cups doesn't. 7 of Cups kind of keeps the same meaning whether it's upright or reversed. If it's upright, you've got so many things going on, just pick one. If it's reversed, it's like you've still got the same things going on, but you're so busy being indecisive that you're letting it all just fall out of the cups and drain away. I didn't pay attention to whether it was upright or not, but it is the same risk. So yeah, sparkly, shiny distractions are everywhere. You could lose yourself in daydreams today. Planning for a multitude of futures can be time-consuming. Consider picking one of those brilliant musings to work on for a concrete response. Now, I'll tell you right now, this is something that I always do. It's like, look at them all and go, which one seems the most exciting? Okay, is it doable? Yes or no? Sort out your stuff. Is it doable? Yes or no? Yeah, and it doesn't have to be yes or no. But so basically, the Hangman is telling you to stop. Take a look at each cup as an individual problem and take the time to figure out which one is the best cup for you to pursue right now. And once you do that, what you're working on with your job, career, the questions the things that you're trying to sort out regarding your job and career will sort themselves out. Just slow down, take a look at what's going on. And it sounds like you've got lots going on that you could be choosing from. So you just got to pick what's the best one. I mentioned a pros and cons list. Think about that. Next question. Romantic relationships. Ooh. And I'm definitely missing some of the, okay, I've got chat open twice. So I'm going through the one at a time as I see questions, and then I'm trying to keep up with the actual chat as it's currently happening. So yeah, Sunny D says, I really appreciate you doing this. As someone who still sees herself as a newbie, it's helpful to see other newbies' approach and thought process. And yeah, I mean, most of us are actually better at this than we think we are, is practice. And I'm sitting at home, like my days are pretty samey. I get up in the morning, I have a coffee, I derp around on the internet for a bit, then I come over here and sew for a bit, and then my wife comes home, we chat about her day, we have dinner, we go to, what do I have? What major earth-shattering events do I have going on in the day-to-day? Because you don't do a reading over what should I have for dinner. Should we go to the rec center tonight and get some swimming in? Should we walk the dogs an hour and an hour? You don't do readings over that shit. So you got to find it. You got to find a reason. Now, something that we can do too. 80 is a pretty big number. Let's try something. Let's try an experiment. Okay. I do need a chat moderator. None of my mods are around right now. That's okay. If anything happens, I'll figure. Oh, Lisa's here. Lisa's here from work, so she's moderating. Okay, let's try an example. I mean, let's try a challenge. Let's go into challenge mode, kids. If you have a question, ask your question. I will try to answer it. But if you're okay with somebody else on the chat answering it, say so. Right? So put your question, make it. Don't try too hard. We're just practicing. We're all noobs here. I'm a noob anyway. Put your question in the chat. If you would prefer other people not answer it, just put your question in. You know, and if you're okay with other people answering the question, just say okay for everybody or what makes sense. Okay. So then if anybody else would like some practice, they can pull cards and do a reading for you as well. Now, how this is going to work is really easy. You do have to be on a computer. You have to be able to use the symbol, and then the person's name. It will highlight your response to them. So if you are okay with other people, does this make sense? Does this make sense to you guys? So I'm going to do Ash's reading. Give it some thought. Yeah, okay. Calcium. Now I got it. Calcium. I really relate to what you're saying. I've been in tarot noob since 2018 and never done a reading for anyone before. I very rarely get a chance to do a reading that matters. Okay, so if you have a question, ask the question. If you're okay with other people answering it, then just give your question and say okay for anybody to answer. If you want to practice, you don't have to. Obviously, nobody's going to force you to respond or not respond. Either read along with me with what I'm doing, but if you want to take a shot at answering some questions, if the person has indicated they're okay with that, then just do the add with their name so it will highlight for them so that you can answer it too. Does that make sense? Because nobody has to participate. If the person has not indicated they're okay with it, then we're not going to, then don't do it. Does that make sense? Does that sound doable? Let's decide if it sounds doable first. Anyway, I'm going to do Ash Heart's reading. Now I'm going to do, I'm just going to do 2 cards. Oh, okay. These cards are both in reverse. And your first card is the 5 of Wands, and that's competition. This is the competing for the sake of competing card. And I'll read it. Competition can be fun when you're challenging yourself. It can be less fun when you engage in actions that bring you into conflict with your coworkers, friends, and family. Now, your secret weapon is that you can remove yourself from the conflict by simply choosing to do something else. So what we've got going on here, don't worry, I'm not going to call you out. The next card is the 6 of Cups. Old friends bring you happiness today. Now, this is reversed as well. Old friends bring you happiness today. Revisit those places that bring back memories of happy times together. Recapture the simple joys you discover in childhood. The energy now is geared towards pleasant times and fond friends. Make time today to remind someone why they are in your life. So these cards are both reversed. So this kind of, to me, when I'm seeing these cards together, when it's talking about romance or relationships, kind of looks what's going on here? Yeah. Okay. So Michelle Montmayor says it makes sense. So if you want to answer the question, don't go crazy with a huge reading because it can be really difficult it'll take you hours to type it up over text. Do 1, 2, 3 cards, whatever makes sense. Give a quick answer. So if you want to practice on Michelle's card, don't worry, Ash, I'll get back to you. I'm sorry to leave you hanging. If you want to practice on Michelle's card, so just go, Michelle, her name will come up, click it, give her response. It will highlight for only her. That way you can answer somebody more directly and do that. And like I said, we're just practicing, so we're not deep diving into stuff like that. So what I'm looking at here now, the 5 of Wands is competition. The 6 of Cups is a kind of nostalgia, old friends, right? Reminding someone why they're in your life. It's like in this, you have a little boy giving a gift to a little girl. Now, I think what's going on right now for you, and it's not an insult, but I think you're like I think you're kind of feeling the loss of romantic relationships. So either something's going on with the relationship that you do have. I didn't see anything. If I didn't see anything, and you sort it out. Lisa's in here, as she can be. Okay, so 5 of Wands is about competition. So maybe a bunch of your friends, like, I don't know whether this is because you're in a relationship or you're questioning the relationship that you're in, but I think what we're looking at here when we're talking about, friendly competition, coworkers, friends, family are highlighting to me in this card. And this card is about, old friends as well. So I think other people around you have good relationships, have this, have that, and you want that. And you're kind of tempted. You're frustrated. I don't want to say desperate. That's not what's going on here, but you're getting a little frustrated. It's like, oh man, everybody's got this going on except for me. I feel kind of shitty that I'm still single. I will say that the 6 of Cups, these cards can always be turned upright. So this is not saying, oh, this is not horrible, but this is like, if you're reaching out to people, oh, hey, is your cousin still single? Stuff like that. There's nothing wrong with that, but this probably isn't the time for it. So just focus on your friends. Focus on what's good and what's going good in your life right now. And then the rest of it will come. It's not that it's not there. These are both about connection and being around people. So it's not that it's not there, but it's probably just not right now. Yeah. Watching people read cards. Okay. Okay. Oh, Melissa DeVries popping on with the last of my phone battery at 3%. Oh no, go find a charger. Oh yeah, like and do all the things. I'm supposed to say that. Okay. Ooh, Nia's getting a new puppy. I'm getting a new puppy next week. Will she be kind toward me or will she hate me? Puppies are interesting. They love everybody. Well, I think some puppies have a natural aggression, a natural tendency to play rough and things like that. And I think I'm going to change your question, and that's going to be the question: is your puppy going to have not aggression, like be a mean dog, but is your puppy going to be super, super loving, or is your puppy going to be the one that wants to chew up all your socks and chewing up your socks versus I want to lick your face all day? Because that will help you determine what you need to do to train your puppy, to make your puppy the best puppy that you can have. Oh no. Okay, Melissa's on the road. Okay, so Queen of Swords is your first card, and it was upright. So Queen of Swords is about action. Sort out problems by applying your agile mind. Your experience counts. You can think your way out of any problem. So you're probably going to have a dog that likes to chew, or puppies do frustrating things. Just the Queen of Swords is about consistency. Oh my God, I gotta get a drink over here. So the Queen of Swords is you can think your way out of any problem. A quick decision may not be the best one. Obviously, training a puppy takes time. You can't just decide, I'm going to do this, and this is the only thing I'm going to do, and that dog better fall into line. Dogs have personalities, so you might, like, okay, Shayla and Bruno. Bruno will do anything for a treat. Okay, I can cut off his leg, and as long as I'm offering a treat, he's like, this is fine. Like, this is why we can give him for those who don't know, Bruno's diabetic and has to have an insulin shot every day. We give him twice a day. We give this dog a needle, and then we feed him immediately. He's like, yeah, this is fine. This is fine. Shayla would stop eating it entirely for the rest of her fucking life just to avoid a needle if she decides she didn't like it. I mean, if she decided she wasn't willing to tolerate it, she just would no. So think your way out of any problem. So remember to let your brain rule rather than your heart. If your dog gets all chewy one day and bites your finger, don't decide your dog hates you. Recognize that your dog is still a puppy and needs training. And it's not like choose a different training method every week. But once you find, this is all about logic. Once you find what works, stick with it. And you will have to do a little looking to see what works, because puppies are like toddlers, and toddlers change every freaking day. Anyway, and like I said, different personalities, right? Bruno will eat anything. Shayla will turn down her favorite treat if she's not in the mood for it. So just being aware of what your dog's personality is like, and then applying logic to sort out the best way to train the dog. Your next card is the Four of Swords. Sometimes the ability to rest seems like a luxury. Dogs are a lot of work. And I know a lot of people who get really frustrated really quickly with dealing with pets, especially as puppies. And then it's like, oh my God, this dog hates me. It's like, no, this dog is a very high energy toddler is what this dog is. And you just got to get through the terrible twos of puppydom. Okay. Make sure you're indulging in the fine art of self-care. So yeah, self-care means recognizing that you don't have to take a dog everywhere you go every single time. You can teach it to, you can, crate training. Some people don't want to crate train their dogs because then they can't pet them all the time and stuff like that. And like recognize it as long as you're doing what's working for you, the rest of it will sort itself out. Okay. Oh, now I am so far behind. I'm looking over on this side and it's like, woohoo, you guys are doing great. Hey, Peggy, you old so-and-so, how's it going? Hey, Robin, how you doing? I am just doing readings today, and we're not trying too hard. We're not we're asking real questions, but not expecting deep dive answers so that I can get lots of practice in. Everybody, I've already invited everybody. If I'm missing something that you think makes sense that I should know about because I'm a noob, if it's like, hey, Peggy, you should know this. It's like, cool, teach me. So we're teaching each other. We're working together, and I'm just going through the questions as they exist in the. I've got chat open twice, so I'm just going through the one in order, and then watching the up to date and the other one. Anyway, so where am I at? I am still looking at. Well, I'm not too far behind. I'm going to try and do the next few quickly. No, I have one of the things, I mean, yeah, there's not a whole lot to know here. How should I prepare to wake up at 4 a.m. on Wednesday? Okay. That can really actually be super, super stressful. So let's pull a card. Let us pull a card and see if one card will give us the answer that we want. Because I will tell you right now, I'm a sleep till noon person. I have always been a night owl. And every time I try to fight against that, I make my life a living hell. I screw myself over. I get miserable. Just ask the wife. It's bad. Okay. It's not that bad, but if I just ignore rules. Okay. What's the card? I'm only going to pull one card on this because it's a simple question. Queen of Wands, time to be proactive. Rather than wait for something to happen, you are asked to respond from your own passionate heart. So I would say that you should either start pushing yourself forward so that you're still wide awake at 4 a.m. enough to handle the day, or start getting up earlier and earlier and earlier. So if you're getting up at 6, today's Monday. So if you force yourself to get up at 6 a.m. tomorrow, whether you like it or not, then for Tuesday morning, then the next day, but this is the Queen of Wands, time to be proactive rather than wait for something to happen. So basically do something now. Like I said, get up super early the day before so that by that evening, by Tuesday night, you're ready to go to bed at a decent hour so that you're going to survive getting up. There we go. What's next? Okay. Indigo Violet, I'm fighting with my husband and it's so hurtful. Can you pull a card for some advice? Just wait till he's asleep and get a baseball bat. That usually solves most problems. That's the wrong advice. This is the wrong channel. Never mind. Okay, this is Indigo Violet, and we're going to pull a couple of cards on that. I will tell you right now, fighting is always hurtful. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter when, where, and how you're fighting. So let's see what the universe has to say about that. So we've got King of Pentacles upright. Reap the benefits of hard work. There may be a lack of direction around you. Pick up the tools you need to do the work. Your zeal for control could be a stumbling block. Generosity pays for itself. So it sounds to me that you guys are doing a lot of fighting. Something's going on. And reap the benefits of hard work. There may be a lack of direction around you. Your zeal for control. So I would say that there's something going on. You're right. You know you're right. And you're maybe expressing it in a way this is hard to describe. there's Lisa and I were just talking about this a couple of days ago. You can be a poor loser, but you can also be a poor winner. So there may be some frustration going on both sides that have more to do with how you're communicating than what the issue actually is. And the next card is the Four of Wands, and this is reverse. Actions you have taken pay off. So this is reverse. Actions you have taken pay off. Others have noticed your work at putting things together. It's the perfect time to plan that promotion or party or graduation. No need to keep driving forward just now. Time to take time to congratulate yourself and your team for a job well done. So this is not an opposite. Things are not paying off, but this is the payoff is including, again, it sounds like, I don't know. I'm just reading this as there's some frustrations, and it's not what's happening. It's the way that you guys are communicating with each other. And it might even be a good idea to just sit down and say the fighting is the problem because we're not solving anything. How can we, and just ask them flat out, how can we sort this out? How can we sort out the stuff that matters so that we can stop fighting about this stuff? And every couple goes through this. Lisa and I go through this, where we're so busy fighting about something because of nuance that we're forgetting to actually talk about the thing that matters. I do have a feeling that there's a lot of that going on. So pent up frustration, probably over little things that could be resolved. But yeah, there may be a lack of direction around you. And I don't want to say, like I said, I made that comment about being a poor winner, and I don't think that's what's going on here, but it could be that that's how you're being perceived, or that's how he's being perceived, or you both feel like you're right and you're pissed that the other one's not seeing it your way. And again, that's communication style. So I think that it might be a good idea to literally sit down and go, we need to talk about how we communicate instead. Because I think if you have a conversation about that, then you may be able to go, look, we keep fighting about these 2 or 3 basic things over and over and over again. And it's becoming such a huge problem that the fact that it's a problem is the bigger problem here. We need to talk about that. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. Anyway, okay. Teslas and Tarot says, puppies are horrible. I've got 2 dogs. They're cute. They're cute as long as you like picking up dog poop for the rest of their lives. And they think it's a fucking gift. Tell them, it's like, hey, I pooped for you. Like they're wagging their bloody tails. Look at me, I pooped. Do you want some? God. Anyway. Okay, I'm going to get off the puppies talk. I love my puppies. I just don't like picking up dog poop. I wish they were self-cleaning. Ooh, Michelle Montmayor, my birthday is Wednesday. Could I please have a birthday reading, whatever that means? Okay, we're going to do 3 cards. Now, I don't know if you've seen, shaking the table again. We're going to do 3 cards. I'm not doing past, present, future. I'm doing what catches my attention the most. Okay. Oh, Indigo Violet says, whoa, you're spot on. It's totally how we communicate that is so hurtful. The issue isn't even that bad. It's the communication. Thank you. Have a conversation with them about our communication is shitty right now, and we need to fix it because these problems are getting out of control when they shouldn't be. Lisa and I have those check-ins. 17 years of marriage, you get complacent about certain things, and then it just fucks with your head non-fucking stop. So, damn. Oh yeah. You know what? I'm pretty confident in the readings that I do. I just don't get enough practice. So Robin Toadstool Tarot says, I wish dogs could be litter box trained. I'd be more apt to get another one. Not to say I wasn't thrilled with my previous ones. Oh yeah. Mm-hmm. Bruno's diabetic, which means that as a diabetic dog, he has to have access to 4,000 gallons of water on a day-to-day basis. And the reason why we can get away with that is because he's small and puppy pad trained. I mean, I could not imagine a German Shepherd using a puppy pad, but anyway, he's puppy pad trained so that if he needs to go in the house, he's not hiding it. He's not doing it anyway. He's got one spot. And if it weren't for that, I don't know what we do, because diabetic dogs, yeah, he's a good dog. And we got really lucky that he was puppy pad trained. Okay. Michelle Montmayor's birthday. Oh man, you're gonna have a shitty year. Sorry. Okay, next. No, wait. Let's see what we got going on here. Okay, Michelle Montmayor, it's her birthday. Prepare to act. Something needs you to be fully engaged. Passion is a good leader if you reign. Passion is a good leader if you reign in anger. Pay attention to things that require a lot of energy. So this is Okay, so we already had this card, but in the context of a birthday, I'm going to look at the next two first. Okay, this card was in reverse. This card was reversed. So it doesn't mean these things are horrible, but passion is a good leader if you rein in anger. Pay attention to things that require a lot of energy. So I don't know if this means your upcoming year or just the next little bit around your birthday. You got to really, the fact that this is reverse is like, you've got a really good chance of burning yourself out. And if you've got like a lot of birthday stuff planned or a lot of stuff going on in general, that could be what's going on. We're going to look, the next two cards are upright, and it's the Knight of Pentacles. And again, two knights. Anybody has any insight for me on how two of the same knights and pentacles, but they're both knights, work together? I'd love to hear it. So Knight of Pentacles, examine your finances. Oh, shit. Okay, have a good time, but not too good of a time. Wait. If you have monetary concerns, this card suggests the best solution is a slow and steady approach. So as a birthday reading, I would say go into your next year focusing on not engaging in those things that are going to make you frustrated, burnt out, all that stuff. If you have monetary concerns, this card suggests the best solution is a slow and steady approach. Check your bank balance. It's time to get serious about budgets. Any job or business venture you start right now will flourish. Okay, I'm getting a thing here. Three of Wands. Anticipation can be enjoyable as long as you combine action with waiting. And that's what both of these cards just said. You know, this one's in reverse. Action, but don't get burnt. That's right. Action, but don't get burnt out. And go ahead and do the things. Just make sure you're not doing too much too fast, but you should be fine and should succeed. And the Three of Wands says anticipation can be enjoyable as long as you combine action with waiting. Do the things, but don't do so much of it that you get burnt out. Know that you've put things into motion. Don't waste time watching. This is a perfect moment to start the next project. So you've got some stuff going on that are kind of self-managing right now, which will be fine. They do require some work, but they don't require as much work as they normally would, usually do, whatever. Keep the momentum flowing, rotating crops, bring a better harvest because they are continually planting. So you've got time, you've got plenty of opportunity to get involved in new things this year. Just make sure that what you've currently got going on doesn't burn you out, that you don't overdo it. Yeah, Robin says Three of Wands is my significator card. Doing pretty good moving forward, but at a reasonable pace. Yeah, so you've got some pretty good stuff going on. And you may be in a position where you are feeling like something needs you to be fully engaged. This is reversed. No, it doesn't. And this is saying put energy into the next project. So these cards are actually agreeing with each other, right? Don't be so busy putting all of your energy into this project that you turn it into a problem for yourself, and your finances are just fine too. So it's a pretty good year with stuff going on. And don't get so hyper focused on one thing that you lose track of other opportunities or get burnt out trying to do too much too fast. Yeah, it's going to be a pretty chill, easy year for you, and things are going to be just fine. I mean, anytime a card invites you to look at your budget, double check the finances, make sure that's fine. But other than that, you're good to go. Got a pretty good year coming up. What would I do? No, I'm supposed to be up here still. Okay, where am I? Okay, where am I? I hit the wrong button. Okay. I think I'm caught up. I'm really not. If I end up skipping people, then that's fine. Okay, could you see the next few days? I'm looking for blind spots. Ooh, you're looking for shadows just to be sure you're not missing anything. Is that what I'm getting here? Okay, so this is Hershey the Shadow Reader. Okay, so I'm just going to do 2 because it's just the next few days. Okay, 8 of Cups. This is upright. Baggage check. Something's not working for you. So there is a blind spot. And once you spot it, you're going to be needing to do something about it. Not needing. I mean, there's still lots of cups. You can make choices here, but something's not working. Baggage check. Time to let those old tapes run out. Put on your walking shoes so you can continue leaving the past in the past. The only person packing those painful memories is you, so start letting go of what no longer serves you. You get to oversee your own emotions. So something's going on, something that's there's something going on that belongs that if it's something from the past that you're not letting go, or something now that should become your past. But yeah, there is something that you're missing, and you're probably not going to be, the card was upright. You're not going to be too butthurt to be letting it go. And the next card is the Page of Wands. And, there he is looking off into the distance, looking to see what's next. Let your inner artist out. Find ways to channel your creative passions. Keep a notebook handy to capture your ideas and thoughts. Crayons on a blank sheet of paper. I want to see crayons, guys. Crayons. Pardon me. I'm drinking pop. Crayons on a blank sheet of paper can let you express yourself as much as canvas and oil. That's interesting. Keep your attitude light. Simply explore what excites and inspires you. Okay, this is really interesting, actually. Let's take a look at that crayons comment. So you've got something going on that's not really looking for you. There is a blind spot, and once you see it, you'll see it. And this, let's actually look at the crayons comment. Crayons on a blank sheet of paper can let you express yourself as much as canvas and oil. So go ahead and start expressing yourself. And I do think this is your blind spot. There is something that is making you feel like you should not express yourself the way that you want to express yourself. And go ahead and start doing it, and keep the crayons in mind, that it can let you express yourself as much as canvas and oil. It just really hit me in this weird way that don't be afraid to get started with simple things. Crayons and papers. So my stupid joke about crayons and paper is actually what you need to hear right now. Because you are holding yourself back from something that you need to let go, and it is revolving around your ability to create, express yourself, and whatever it is, let it go. And then, oh, I see your comment, Michelle. I think I'm just doing them as I get to them. So if I missed it, I'll get it as I go. So there is a blind spot. I don't necessarily see it as being anything super, super huge, but once you see it, you'll be like, yeah, I don't need that shit. And then start expressing. Look for ways to express yourself, even if it is just crayons and paper. It's still better than what you've got going right now. Does that make sense? Oh, well, thank you, Susan. I appreciate it, and I'm going to take myself out to McDonald's, but don't feel obligated, guys. But I love you all. You guys keep doing this, and I'll do these every day, and then I don't have to sew bags anymore. Give my little arthritic fingers. No, I wouldn't give my arthritic fingers a break. I like to sew. Okay. Okay. So don't forget, guys, I'm watching two chats at once. Don't feel embarrassed if you're chatting with each other and sort of kind of ignoring me, because I'm trying to keep up on the questions. Oh, great. Elizabeth said a while ago that they will keep us posted if anything goes wrong in the chat. I don't think Lisa's a moderator, obviously. And I can I can moderate too, because I'm looking at the other chat through my account, and which is a moderator here too. So okay. Oh, I already got that one. Okay. I started a new job. How will it go for me? You know what's funny? Every time I start a new job, the first thing I'm convinced of is that I'm going to get fired in the first week, because I think that's just something that we all think and feel, that it's going to go bad. I had a job that I quit within the first week, but that was a different story because they were idiots. I'll tell you right now, if you get a job working in an office, and one of the first things they tell you is, oh, Excel can't be used for math, which it can, because it's basically accounting. Excel was invented as an accounting thing before it was invented for anything else. You should probably put your coat on and go home. Okay, anyway, what are we at here? Okay, I started a new job. How will it go for me? I'm going to do a second card. Okay, so these are both upright. Someone has their eye on you. They like you. They like you. It was upright. This is positive. They have their eye on you. So Two of Cups, someone has their eye on you. Hold your hand out to someone to find out how they feel. A good environment exists for starting up a new romance or partnership. Partnership being a job, right? Partnerships don't have to be entirely romantic. Express yourself to that special someone in ways that show you are sincere. Review all your current relationships. So Two of Cups is generally, a lot of people look at this as a relationship card, but a new job is also a new relationship. So this makes sense. I mean, don't be afraid to speak up if don't be afraid to ask questions. Make sure you're doing it respectfully. And you're fine. You'll be fine. They've got their eye on you. They do like you. Queen of Pentacles says delegate more. Light is the head that wears the crown. When you assign tasks rather than taking it all on yourself. So if your new job is a management position, this does not, okay. If your new job is a management position, that doesn't mean just throw away all your work right this minute, but learn the job with that in mind, that I need to learn how this goes so that when I delegate it to somebody else, I'll be able to supervise them effectively. But a lot of people that are going into management positions, especially if they're in that position, especially if they're new to management in general and haven't really had a manager role before, can end up taking on more of the work than they're supposed to, meant to, or should in that position. So if your job is if there is a management if there is a management position associated with what you're doing, then yeah, light is the head that wears the crown. When you assign tasks rather than taking it all on yourself, your bank account will flourish as long as you stay focused on what you need rather than what you want. Your projects are better done well than fast. So yeah, just take a reasonable amount of time to learn it. Then, like I said, they're fine with it. They're fine with you. They like you. They like you and want this to work out. So just don't give in to that temptation as a person who's new in the job. Don't give in to that temptation to do work that isn't your job, or that shouldn't be your job, or that's the thing you should be supervising but not doing. And you'll be fine. You'll be fine. Relax. They like you. They like you. They want to work with you. Okay, next. Oh, this deck is somebody asked a while ago, Practical Tarot Wisdom with the Radiant Rider Waite Tarot deck by Arwen Lynch. And I believe it's available. I don't know the prices because I'm up in here in Canada and most of you guys are somewhere else. It's about a $25 deck in Canada. So it's probably about $20 in the States, but do not take my word for that. You can find it on Amazon and it's by Arwen Lynch, but it's not a super expensive deck. Okay, I got to click the correct button this time. Okay, looking for the next one. So how you guys doing? Anyway, how you guys doing? Okay, should I move to Washington, D.C. or San Francisco? Oh, okay, I'll do that, and then I'll try to remember to do that other one too. I accidentally skipped one. I'll try to remember. My brain is mush right now, so we'll see if I remember to get back. Sorry about the vibration. This is me leaning. My elbows are on the table while I shuffle is the problem. Practical Tarot with the Radiant Rider. Look up Arwen Lynch. The deck is on Amazon through Llewellyn, I believe. I believe it's through Llewellyn on Amazon by Arwen Lynch, ARWEN Lynch, Arwen, ARWEN Lynch, LYNCH. This is my favorite deck because I don't have to think about what's in the book. I don't have to stop. I look up the meaning every single time, no matter what. Okay. Open your heart to the beauty and magic of the world. Okay, I got the Page of Cups upright. This is upright for me, and when I see the text up top, then it's reversed. And again, I don't read reverses as exact opposites. I read them, and sometimes they are. It kind of depends on the context of what I'm reading and what I'm getting around it. Open your heart up to the beauty and magic of the world. Romantic daydreams can be indulged. Okay. Someone may surprise you with a declaration of adoration. Wander your own inner landscape. Dream a little today. Tell someone how much they mean to you. Let your heart lead the way. That was the Page of Cups. Now, the Five of Pentacles. Don't let pride stop you from asking for help. Now, this is reversed. Okay, so you've been kind of doing that. You're trying to make this decision without bothering other people. Say a prayer for guidance and accept the map when it's offered. You don't have to go through this challenge alone. Remember that there is strength in asking for assistance. You don't get a yes if you refuse. You won't get a yes if you refuse to ask. So this was reversed. So you probably should be asking for advice and feedback from the people in your life who may or may not be affected by this move. And they've got good advice for you. And if they've already given you advice, don't forget, somebody can give you advice and you can make a different decision. I can say you should move to Washington, D.C. because it's probably a really good move to you. And you can go, but you know what? San Francisco is where I really want to be. So I'm going there. You don't have, just because you get good advice doesn't mean you have to take it. Page of Cups is kind of all about the adventure. Someone may surprise you with a declaration or adoration. Wander your own inner landscape. Dream a little dream today. I don't think either choice is going to be a bad move. I don't think either choice is going to be a bad move. I do think it says open your heart up to the beauty and magic of the world. I think one of these moves, it sounds like one of these moves is temporary and one is permanent. And I think the temporary one might be the better choice for you. Or one of these, oh, if I move here, I know I won't want to stay more than X amount of time. But if I move here and I like it, I'll probably stay forever. But I think whichever one seems the most temporary for you is probably the one that might be best for you. And ask around. If you've already got friends, family, acquaintances in those areas, ask around. You don't have to do what they say. Just because you're asking for advice does not obligate you to take it, but it will help you decide which is the better decision for you. So the cards aren't going to tell you what decision to make, except for, like I said, the temporary one. The one that feels less permanent might be the one that's better for you in the long run, but you have to decide what that means, and it doesn't look like either one's a bad choice anyway. Okay, what's next? Ooh, Clementia's in. Yes, oh yeah. Whenever I want to be fast, I use this deck because it's the one that I have the most experience. I have the most experience with this deck because the readings are there. I don't have to think a lot about it. Oh, wait. Chanda says, what should I focus on this month? Okay. Yes, I am taking requests. Just add your question. I will get to it if and when I get to it. I'm not making any promises. And basically, I'm a forever noob that's just practicing right now. So you can ask me a hard question if you not want, but you're probably just going to get a relatively simple answer, which is fine. I'm just looking for practice. And I've also invited everybody that if they're okay with it, if they are okay with other people in the chat potentially playing along at home and doing a reading for them, that if you're okay with that, ask your question and then just ask your question and then put okay for everyone. And if anybody else is looking to practice today, they can, well, you guys can play along at home if you want, I guess. Nobody can stop you. But if you want to share it with the person, make sure they've agreed to that first. I should have done this as an actual, I should have done that as an actual little instruction thing that I can pop up. So Chanda wants to know what she should be doing. Oh, okay. I'm going to stop right here. What should I focus on this week? Now, this is in reversed. Okay, so I'm going to... Okay, these were both cards were in reverse. This messenger, this is the Page of Pentacles reversed. This messenger is here to... I can't see it. This messenger is here to tell you that job searches and opportunities are favored. So this is a monetary card. Make sure you're using a hands-on methodical approach to any business situation. Practicality is the key to your productivity. The quality of your work is also of utmost importance. So you should be focusing. Okay, now this was in reverse. This doesn't mean you shouldn't be focusing on your work, but you should absolutely be focusing on your work this month. That's what the card is saying. Focus on work and monetary opportunities, and that's absolutely fine. But don't focus on them so much. Don't over focus. Does that make sense? So be aware of them, but don't live or die by them. The next card that you got was also reversed, and this is the Ten of Swords. Now, basically, the Ten of Swords is the stabbing in the back card. So this isn't horrible. Oh, woe is you. The message here is clear. You must stop letting others walk all over you. Now, this card is in reversed. So what I'm going to say, remove those backstabbing swords may not be easy, but once you rise up, things will be better. So what I'm going to say here with both of these cards in reverse is that focus on your job, focus on your job, your money, that sort of thing. That is really what you should be focusing on. But if you over focus in the wrong ways, and I suspect, let's get another card over here. You know exactly what ways this is referring to. This is competition. Competition can be fun when you challenge yourself. And I just pulled this out, so it didn't come out. I kind of pulled it out like that. So it doesn't really have an upper. This is about competition. So if you say you're trying to get a bonus at work this month or something like that, obviously focus on that bonus, but don't get so focused on this bonus. This card is in reverse. Don't get so focused on the competition, that you become the person who does the backstabbing, because that's going to cause you more problems down the road. And I don't know how to express this, because I'm not in your house doing your job, doing your thing. So the message here is to, absolutely be aware of job searches and opportunities are favored. So that's absolutely fine. But don't get so focused on the best job, the best opportunity, the biggest bonus, that you end up stabbing somebody in the back, and or pissing somebody off enough that they stab you in the back. So this is not what's going to happen this month. This is a risk if you let this take on too many negative things, and it will be related to competition. So I think that any competitive energy that you have around money should be avoided this month. You should try to avoid unnecessary competition where money, jobs, or monetary opportunities are concerned. And again, this does not mean it's going to happen. This means this is a challenge for you this month. So you should absolutely focus on it, but also focus on making sure that whatever's going on, that it's happening in a way that you and everybody else feels it's fair. So fairness in financial opportunities. I don't know. Yeah, Peggy Lou. Hey, Peggy and a Peggy. Yeah, I feel like I'm doing pretty good today. Nobody's coming back. Okay, if somebody's come back and said, "Wow, your reading sucks. I missed it." Looks like you guys are doing okay and still love me and shit. So, okay, what step do I need to take next in my business, please? Would love some guidance on this. Okay, what step should I need to take in my business? Let's get some good shuffling going. Give everything a flip. Let's see. Now I'm going to draw the cards one at a time here. I did that for Chanda and got a really good result. Come on, do that. Do. Okay. Okay, all three of your cards are major arcana for starters, which hasn't happened yet today. So I am definitely going to invite you guys, if I'm missing something. Major arcana are big cards. So you've got big things going on. The lovers, I'll just say the cards. The lovers upright, the Hierophant upright, the Chariot reversed. Okay. So, well, that's how I go. Okay. So this is kind of one big jumble. So the lovers, and not look for the common ground. Sometimes it's hard to find the balance between what is best for you, best for your partner, and best for your relationship. So whatever, focus on the good rather than the bad. Your guides are with you. Listen to the higher self to make the best choices. You're in a good position. You're in a really good position now. Yeah, you're in a really good position. Just make sure that the rest of your life, make sure you focus on keeping everything else around you as balanced as you reasonably can. But then again, if you've got a supportive partner, your life can get completely fucking unbalanced, and with the right support, it's like, yeah, it doesn't matter. Okay, what's a good time to? Okay, the Hierophant is your next card. This one's in the center, which doesn't necessarily mean anything with the way I pull these cards. This is a good time to explore prayer, meditation, or whatever you use to talk to your higher power. Be confident that you have the information you need, while remembering to admit that those areas where you need more knowledge. Okay, this is pretty simple. So again, we've got the lovers. This is somebody else in your world that's able to help you. The lover is partnerships working together. The Hierophant is saying, be confident that you have the information you need, while remembering to admit where you need more knowledge. So don't be afraid to lean on your partner. Whoever's either your partner in life or your partner in business, And yeah, so if you've got a business partner, if you're working on this with somebody else and they're saying, hey, I know about this thing, give yourself permission to trust them. And if this is a self-directed business that you're doing, but don't be afraid to talk to your spouse, partner, whatever, and say, hey, this is what I've got going on. What do you think? Sometimes somebody outside of your situation who is supportive of you but knows nothing about your business can still come back with really useful advice. So that might be what the Hierophant is giving you, is suggesting you do when combined with the Lovers like this. And the next one is the Chariot, and it is reversed. Who's driving your life? Okay, so make sure you are the one making the decisions. This is really interesting. These three all work together. I'm talking really fast, and I should probably try to slow down. Make sure you are the one making the decisions. This plays in. So you've got somebody in your life that is very supportive of you and willing to be there for you to help you get through the hump, and you're good to go. You've got the support that you need. They probably have really good ideas for you, either directly helping you themselves or helping directly you to ways that you can get help. And just be confident that you have the information you need. Don't be afraid to reach out for the information you don't need. The Chariot, who's driving your life? And yeah, this is in reverse. So it's going to be tempting for you. The temptation, so you've got good things, good support, good ideas. Everything's great. It's major arcana. The only negative is the Chariot, and it's not a bad thing. Make sure you are the one making the decisions. It's your business, right? Who's driving your life? So this is fine. This is great. This is awesome. This is still fine. This does not, in reverse does not mean you are not doing these things, but just be aware that it's your business. So the final decisions are yours, and don't be afraid don't be afraid to be that person. Lisa and I do this all the time. Lisa, look what I'm doing. I'm doing readings on my wife's channel, right? We chit-chatted about random shit, came up with this as an idea. It's like, well, doing readings on my sewing channel doesn't make a lot of sense. And Lisa's made the final decision to go, well, I can't go live during the week, during the daytime. I'm at my day job. Why don't you just help yourself to my channel for a couple hours? Here I am. She made the final decision, not me. I didn't just steal access to her. I mean, I could have. Why did I ask her at all? I'm just using it as an example. Okay. As an example. So as an example, this is me right here. Right? Lisa supports me in what I do. I support her in what she does. So we've got all that going on. I give her ideas. She gives me ideas. When it comes to my Etsy shop, it's always tempting to say, well, you're the one who wanted that. But when it comes to my Etsy shop, I make the final decisions. When it comes to anything that she's doing in her tarot world, she makes the final decisions, no matter what kind of support and advice we've offered to each other. You've got the same thing going on. I'm having, Rachel Ray says, would love to see you do more of this, Peggy. I'm actually having a lot of fun, so I just might. It gets really boring to sit around here. I'm going to sew some stuff. I'm sewing. I need a break from constantly doing the same thing over and over and over again, which I don't mind doing, but I spend a lot of time. Anyway, yeah, this one's kind of, this one is exactly the cards that I would want to pull for myself or for my wife. Because it's like Lisa's right. Lisa's creating a deck. I've obviously, oh, hey, you should think about this. Oh, hey, you should think about that. This is great. I have a supportive wife who's going to help me through this, and I'm going to help me through that and do this and do that. But she's making the final decisions. Collect a charm casting set, and I can cast on whatever material resonates for me at the time. Do you have any idea how much material I've got around here? That little shelf over here has got to have about 200 different designs on it, different patterns. Leanne says, I forgot. Yeah, Lisa's creating a deck and she's writing a book. I mean, we trade ideas back and forth all the time. But yeah, it's like when we're talking about my Etsy stuff, I make the final decision. When we're talking about her tarot stuff, she makes the final decision. I wouldn't be here if she just said, no, I don't think I want that on my channel. I'd be like, okay. And then I'd probably just be doing tarot readings on my sewing channel. But anyway. So next one. That's for Holly. Where am I now? Okay. Yeah, Michelle Montmere says she could read for someone. So if anybody has a question, just like I said, add your question. And if you're okay with anybody answering it, just put that down. And then other people will. And like I said, we're not trying to answer the questions of the life, universe, and everything. So this is for practice. And if you have a question, if you've already asked a question, ask a different one, and other people can have a chance to just practice and do their thing. Let me see, where are we at here? Oh, we've already answered that one. I'm almost 30 minutes behind on readings, by the way. So Meg says, any insight about my job? I'm stressed. Okay, so I think it's what's driving your life here. This is the Chariot again, and I shuffled the crap out of this deck. Make sure you're the one making the decisions. So I do think you have some, I don't think I need to draw more than this. You have some decisions to make where your job is concerned, and it's kind of all over the map. Let me just draw another card and we'll see what we think. 8 of Cups. So there's something going on at work that isn't quite working for you. That doesn't mean I think you already know what you could and should be doing. I think you just need to take a look at what's going. Take a close look at the job. Find out what isn't working at the job. Maybe you've taken on a project that isn't even part of your job description and you shouldn't be doing it. Or maybe I don't think there's a lot that needs to change, but then again, I don't know. Insights about the job. Yeah, 2 of Cups. Someone has their eye on you. So this could, I think you might be in a good position to start looking for other job opportunities, but I don't think you necessarily have to. Okay, what's next? Who else has what did I do? Oh, Anna G had to go, and that was a while ago. So yeah, I'm trying to keep up with both, but we're fine. Ooh, I want to get to that one. Risco 2 is looking for a general message. Okay, let's see how well I can read a single card here. Actions, 4 of Wands. Actions you have taken have paid off. Things are pretty good. Actions you have taken have paid off. Others have noticed your work at putting things together. It's the perfect time to plan that promotion party or graduation. No need to keep driving forward just now. Take the time to congratulate yourself and your team for a job well done. Look at now it does make it harder to see the cards. Look, you got like this victory party happening over here, right? So things are pretty good. Things are pretty good. Whatever, if something's going on that's stressing you out, it might just be left over from what was going on, but you're in a pretty good position to just sit back and relax and go, yeah, things are good. I can just relax for a little bit. Relax, spend a little bit of me time, do whatever I need to do. Okay. Lori Alexander, I started a new job this month. How's it going to go? I'll just do a single card on that one as well. Let's see what's going on. Knight of Cups. You must focus on the direction. You must focus on the direction you want to go, or you might find yourself lost in daydreams. Emotions are high when this card shows up. Your best course is to let yourself feel, but don't lose sight of your primary purpose. Okay, so your primary purpose, you're asking about a job. So the job's fine. The job's fine, but you're still in that stressful stage of just trying to fit in, get used to the swing of things, and see how things are going. You're doing okay. I always call it new kid syndrome. Whenever you get a new job, every single time, and it doesn't matter what the job is. It doesn't matter who it is, what it is. I've talked to people who is like, I've been doing this for 30 years, but now I'm doing it for a different company and I'm stressed right out. So new kid syndrome is, well, I've never done this job for this company before. I'm terrified of screwing up. You've got a little bit of that going on. You're doing fine. You're doing fine. You're doing fine. You'll settle in and things will be fine. Just take your time. Try not to get too stuck in new kid syndrome, but just recognize that it's normal to experience new kid syndrome. Okay. Michelle Russell. I think did I get you already, Michelle? I can't remember. Did I do Michelle already? General reading? Oh, no, I did miss hers. Okay. General reading for the week ahead. Things are pretty good. I don't think I even have to say a lot here. 9 of Cups, count your blessings. 9 of Cups, count your blessings today. Many good things flow your way. Just sit back and take in all the amazing things that manifest. I don't need to say much more than that. And this is, for the week ahead, Knight of Wands, prepare to act. Something needs to be fully engaged. So you do have some stuff going on to take care of, but it's fine. You'll be fine. It's fine. Passion is a good leader if you reign in anger. So like things are fine. If something does come up, don't let it bother you. It'll be fine. You'll sort it out. Next card. This is quick. The Magician, upright. These cards are all upright. You are in charge of your outcomes this week. You have all the tools you need to make things happen. So you're good. You've got a good week coming up. We all have shit, and that's what the Knight of Wands is. A little bit of shit to deal with, but don't get mad. Because everything else is fine. You'll be fine. It's fine. Life is good. I love it when the cards are that easy. I love it when the cards are like, yep, you're okay. It's fine. Just get on with your day. You're okay. Yeah, 9 of Cups is a good card to have. It's like, everything's great. No matter what happens, it's awesome. But yeah, you're in for a pretty good week. You're fine. Okay, I'm going to take a quick little break because I've got to blow my nose. I'm going to turn off the mic and head into the kitchen, and I'll be right back. Okay, trying to pull your chair in on a fucking carpet. It's not fun. Okay. Do you think this? Okay, Rachel Ray. Oh, I'm sorry, Rachel Ray. I'm just going to chat for a minute. Anyway, no, I had to get blow my nose. And then I realized, hey, I can go for a pee. And then I stepped out of the bathroom and went, oh, wait, I need to deal with the washer. That is one great thing about working from home. You take your breaks when you want, for as long as you being self-employed working from home. You take your breaks when you want, for as long as you want, and you get to do others. This is awesome. Okay. Rachel Ray would like to know if this is a good year for travel. Okay, so Michelle Montmere, and I think a couple of other people said they wouldn't mind getting some practice and doing some readings. So you guys can do it. No, and I don't see anybody else. Going, yeah, I wouldn't mind. Somebody do a reading for me. What's my week ahead going to look like? There. Now other people have a reason to practice. Okay. Rachel Ray, do you think this will be a good year for travel? Well, the money is there for it. Okay, I'm going to try and do this one quickly. 10 of Pentacles. There's no need to worry about finances right now. So either you have the money or there was a dog hair stuck to that card. Okay. Which is Bruno's gift to you guys. There's no need to worry about finances right now, except expect the money to show up. Your bank account may get a bump from a promotion or an offer for a better job. So you've got some money coming in. Invest in the long term as well. So don't spend it all on traveling, but you can afford to. This is the year you can afford to travel. And that was upright. Knight of Pentacles was upright. You must focus on the direction. And, he's holding his cup. The cup is to hold things, to hold his riches. Things come into the cup. You must focus on the direction you want to go, or you might find yourself lost in daydreams. Emotions are high when this card shows up. Your best course is to let yourself feel, but don't lose sight of your primary purpose. So this is a good year for traveling, but maybe don't make it all about traveling. The money is there, but don't make it so much about the traveling that you end the year with nothing. You do have to choose. Maybe you've got an opportunity to travel. Maybe you've got three traveling opportunities this year. Maybe you need to pare it down to one or two. One, you can't just do the big blowout. I'm not going to be home. You're ending it with Temperance. So Temperance is, I didn't even look. I should have looked at the card first. Temperance is about moderation. So what energies in your life require changing? Who is trying to throw you off balance? This was in reverse. This was a reversal. So while you can go with the flow, please examine what needs to be altered. Don't answer one way or the other just yet. Temperate responses change critics to collaborators. Keep calm, think before answering. So, and Temperance is always about balance, moderation, this sort of thing. So it really does back these two up. Yeah, you can travel. This is probably a good year for travel for you, as long as you don't overdo it. So maybe instead of 2 weeks in Europe, you take 1 week to someplace else that's more affordable that you can enjoy too. Make sense? I hope that makes sense. Okay. Next. I think I'm starting to catch up. No, I'm not. God, I'm so silly. Okay. It's easier for me. I'm into this an hour and a half. It's easier for me if your questions are in all caps. Now I say it. Anna pulled the Queen of Wands for my week ahead. I'll have good energy and creativity. And as shown with this love video, courage and independence. Cool. That's kind of fun. We're traveling this coming weekend. Dryad says, I turned off my light and got to bed and you gave me a reason to practice. Okay, that's fine. You don't have to. Nobody has to. I just noticed that I was inviting people to put their question up with the extension that if they're okay with other people in comments answering. Nobody seems to have yet, but you don't have to. I'm not calling anybody out. Lisa has some instructions for you guys. Yeah, and SL Wyman. Yeah, thanks. I am enjoying doing the readings a lot. So yeah, there you go. Rachel Ray says, I think the dog hair was a sign. I have 3 furry babies and they must be telling me to take them traveling with us. Yeah. So instead of a big blowout trip to Europe where you can't take the dogs, something fun that you can take the dogs and enjoy time with your pets, your fur babies. Okay. Yeah, I got to keep sewing. Oh, Miss Moonlight's musing says my reading was spot on. Cool. I really need to slow these down, don't I? I'm like, I don't know. I don't know if you guys are liking these or not. If they make sense. Okay, Lacey B. Will I ever be proficient? I'm not even going to draw a card from this. The answer is yes. Proficient is as proficient as you. You have to decide what proficient means to you. I thought proficient meant I had to be able to just pull any deck of cards and do a reading like my wife does readings. And the way we do readings and the way that we approach tarot and what we try to get out of tarot is different. No two people are the same. It's all different. It's all different for everybody. So when I was like, oh, I need to try and get as good as Lisa or I'm just not good. It's like, as soon as I gave up that idea, it's like, oh, I can do readings. What the hell am I talking about? I just don't do them the way she does them. Am I ever going to be as, so you have to decide what proficient looks like to you, to what feels comfortable, what feels workable, what feels easy, not easy. 10 of Wands reversed. Now the 10 of Wands is about just taking on too much. So 10 of Wands reversed is this, the 10 of Wands reversed for me when I see this. When you see this card, remember to say no to any new demands or projects. Review your to-do list and delegate what you can. Making yourself responsible for everyone's actions is a recipe for dropping the ball somewhere. Give some of those tasks back. It's not up to you. Now, in a general reading, this is like, don't take on too much. When you're in relation to your particular question, it is like, don't judge your success by somebody else's success, because tarot is subjective. So do not subject yourself to somebody else's standards. Do what's working for you. And as long as it's working for you, then you are proficient. I am proficient in tarot. There are cards, I look at them and go, got to look that one up. I'm still proficient in tarot. I'm just not proficient in remembering every single card consistently in this. Like I said, I can't do what my wife does, but as soon as I change the rules and go, wait a second, the results are the same. I get good results. I get results that I like, that I'm proud of. I've just been sitting here listening to this for the last hour and a half. So change your perspective on what proficient is. And I think you'll find that you're already proficient. It's just a matter of where you want to take it next. And this card was in reverse. So that's what you need to do. You need to stop doing all the things. And like I said, taking on everybody else's, I don't want to say everybody else's expectations, but it is something that gets in the way. We see this a lot in the tarot community to begin with. Most of the people that I've encountered in tarot are proficient. They're just not doing it the way somebody else does it. Okay. The reading I got is a successful trip with a kind, mature person. A summer holiday. Have a great travels. That's a great reading for you. Oh, cool. Oh, okay. Whoa. Okay. The reading I got is a successful trip with a kind, mature person. A summer holiday. Have great travels. That's a great reading. Thank you. Good. We're going to have a good time. How amazing would it be if Peggy and Lisa did a video asking the cards for guidance on what Peggy bag we needed for our lives? You just see whatever one works for your deck. Okay. Oh, Dryad says they like my readings over Lisa's. Screw you, Lisa. Anyway, but I love my wife. I hope she's, oh shit. I think she's in the chat right now. I think she just heard that. Damn. Wait, does that mean I have to be mature? Yep, she is in the chat. Thanks. Got me in trouble, Dryad. Like I care. I do that to myself. But anyway. Yeah, Michelle says, since I only have control over myself, my own readings are always about me, unless I have a spreader question aimed around in relationship to me. Yeah, see, that's the trap. That's the trap that a lot of us get into. I'm really into tarot. I want to do tarot. It's like, okay. Well, I'm not living in the middle of some personal tornado to have a reason. How will my night be? Mystical wisdom. How will my night be? I'm going to do one card. Oh, the raspberry is always extra, honey. Hey, I'm getting the swing of keeping track of both chats at the same time, though, so that's helpful. Now that I'm remembering to put the question up on the screen, that's really helping my day. Okay, so how will my night be? Ooh, three of Pentacles. This is in reverse, though. Work outweighs play today, but you don't need to do it all alone. Well, it's in reverse. So work does not outweigh play today. It's not an exact opposite. Look at those who can work as a team and take a project from conception to production. It may also be time to revisit any stalled projects. You got a couple things to take care of first before you can enjoy your evening. But okay, so this is like work. This is like, oh, you got to focus on work. No fun for you. It was reversed. So it's like, well, you do still have some work to do. So maybe if you're going somewhere, you got to remember to gas up the car, pick up the kids, drop them off with the babysitters, whatever. You got some stuff to do. So you may be a little late starting your evening, but you'll get there. And yeah, 8 of Cups, but it was reversed. Baggage check. Time to let those old tapes run out. Put on your walking shoes. So there's not really, so when the card is upright, it's like something's not working. You need to give it up. Well, the card's reversed. Something's not working, but maybe it's not. it's not necessarily to your detriment. So, maybe you got a couple of work, maybe you got a work project you need to finish up, but maybe there's a way to get it done a little quicker, something like that. Not going to read too much into that though. Oh, I can hit. Oh, now she tells me I can hit a star and save a comment, and it saves them in a different tab. And no, you know what? This is actually working for me right now. I'm going to leave it this way right now. Oh yeah, Llewellyn is having like a 35% off sale right now. But I think it's only for Americans. I think if you're outside the States, you can't access the sale, which makes sense as an American company. But yeah. Peggy Lou is here, still here. You've been here for a bit. Yeah. Oh, by the way, if you want to get if you're trying to send me, if you're asking for a reading, put your question in all caps. If you're commenting specifically to me, do at Peggy Sews. Sunny D just asked if I don't have a wish list for decks, because don't forget, Lisa is a collector, so I get to see all the decks anyway. Most of the decks in my collection right now, very few decks I actually bought for myself. Oh, SL Wyman's rocking writing. Hello, hubby Herb. Hi, Herb. Sorry I'm late on this. I'm going through two different talks at the same time. Oh, it's your anniversary. Aw, poor Herb. Today's our anniversary. He's had a rough day and could use a little cheering up. Let's draw a card for Herb. Let's see what he needs. Let's see what Herb needs to do to cheer up. The world. It's going to get better. You're going to have your day is going to rapidly improve, and probably your whole week. Now is a good time to expand your outlook. Don't limit your scope. Go do something fun today, Herb. Find something. I hope you guys have a fun evening plan. Something you've been working on is ready for the next phase, so don't hold back. Expect a positive nod for a job completed. You will find satisfaction. You will find whatever's going on, if it has to do with work, you'll feel better about it tomorrow. Others will recognize and reward you. And if they don't, send them to me. I'll talk to them for you. It's like, dude, no. Yeah, I'm wearing my feet. So I'm all caught up. Oh, and now I'm on, let me see. I thought Linda had a question. Clement's creative cartomancy. Questions. I need more questions. How can I keep from throttling my future son-in-law? What's my saving energy and or strength? Ooh, throttling. Ooh, Michelle says this week looks. This is back to doing a week ahead reading for me. This week looks pretty carefree and jolly for me. I see plenty of dog walks and perhaps a picnic or something similar. Nice. That's kind of stuff that we've already been talking about for this week. And all the I don't know if you guys noticed, most of the readings have a similar tone. So, where are we here? So, okay. Well, we've got Queen of Cups upright. Queen of Cups upright. Let your response be informed by compassion. Sorry, you don't get to kill him. Not this week anyway. Deep dives into your emotional depths are your strengths. The ability to offer a sympathetic ear benefits yourself as well as others. Pour out your troubles as if you were talking to your best friend. Okay, find somebody to unload on. Holding it in. If you hold it in, because I just have to be the adult and I have to hold it in and I can't tell anybody, you know what happens? You usually pop off at the worst possible time and end up saying shit you can't take back. So if you have a sympathetic ear anywhere, find your unload person. Find that person. Okay, so next card is Two of Swords, a decision awaits. Okay. Now, I always see this as the cuts both ways. Sounds like this guy deserves to be throttled, which is not necessarily the best place to be in. A decision awaits. While you may have an internal debate going on, now is the time to let that ambivalence go. Make a choice. Act with swiftness. Be the one who makes the decision. Good or bad, it must be made now. Take off the blindfold and choose. Okay, so this was reversed. And this really doesn't have a reversal. It cuts both ways. When this is reversed, this being reversed combined with the Queen of Cups, you might be, and you're ending with the Moon. Okay. So the light may not be bright, but it's a good time to honor your own intuition. We all have tame and wild within us. Take time to reflect on how life cycles like the moon. Passages of time cannot be rushed, so ease up to follow the flow. Gut hunches are good. So you're probably right. Whatever's pissing you off, you're probably right about. I will say with the Two of Swords and the moon. Now, Lisa's mentioned that the moon is like the anxieties cards. It's not about anxiety. It's about dealing with them. The light is not bright, but still look at your own intuition. So I'm going to take a guess that what's going on right now is if this blows up in the wrong way, if you handle it correctly, which you should try to do, and find some way to unload the emotional aspect so that you're dealing with it logically. You're not necessarily try to be compassionate, but try to be compassionate, but it's gonna cut both ways. And I'm going to guess that combined with the moon card, that what you're looking at is a situation that if this goes badly, it's going to make you look like the asshole. So it might be in your best interest to talk to somebody who you feel is going to not take your side. That's not necessarily it either. Somebody that you can talk to openly. So your saving energy or strength is going to be a willingness to reach out, not necessarily to go, oh, future son-in-law, you're a piece of crap and I don't like you and I want to throttle you or whatever, or I'm mad at you right now. But being able to reach out to somebody who is aware of the situation, who can help you deal with the emotional side of things, so that, and again, if you pop off at the wrong time because I'm feeling all bitchy and people pop off when their emotions are not calm. You can be calmly angry, but if you're volatilely angry, you're gonna anyway. So yeah, I think take a deep dive into the emotions and how you're feeling about things, and if necessary, definitely if somebody in your world is a sounding board, talk to them. If not, find somebody and make them your sounding board. Two of Swords. It sounds like whatever situation this is, it's good. It sounds like it's a somebody's going to get hurt situation, but I do think it's more about you could end up looking like a real asshole situation if you do end up popping off. So it's probably really important that you find a way to deal with that. Get back in there, cards. Okay, next. Sorry, I don't mean to just go next. Well, I do need to go next. I don't mean to be abrupt. I just want to get on to the next person. What do I need to do to pass the second certification exam? I'm assuming. Second exam. Okay. Oh, it's almost 4:00. That means what? Almost 2 hours. Okay, I'm gonna stop at 4 because I have to go get Lisa. I've got the car today. So I've still got to I got to get a few minutes to walk the dogs and then still go pick up Lisa from work. So I'm going to be stopping in a few minutes. But what do I need to do to pass a certification exam? Obviously, okay, I'm going to stop at one card. 10 of Wands. 10 of Wands is when you see this card, remember to say no to any new demands or projects. What you need to do to pass this exam is to take a look at what else. Okay, so you need to study. Obviously, you don't pass an exam if you don't study. You need to look at, sorry, I drank my pop too fast. You need to take a look at what else is going on in your world right now. And you need to take every single piece of work that you don't have to be responsible for. You're doing a lot right now. If you can afford to take a couple of days off work so that you can study, do it. If you've got kids and you're in a position where you can send them to grandma's for a couple of days so you can study, do it. So what you need to do to pass the second exam is take a look at anything that you can take off your plate. This is about doing it all, trying to do it all. Anything that you can do to take extra stuff off your plate so that you can focus on studying. And don't forget, focus on de-stressing. I'll tell you right now, if you're stressed, you won't retain shit. So anything that you can do to give yourself that space that you need. And I don't know when this exam is, but if your exam is on Friday, what can you do to free up your entire day, Wednesday and Thursday, so that you can do nothing but chill, take care of yourself, study, and focus on the exam? Anything that you can do to take some of that load off is going to improve your chances of success dramatically. Oh my God, I tried to rifle it. This kind of went bloop, bloop, bloop. It was the most pathetic rifling I've ever seen. Okay, may I please have a reading? I'm not feeling up to par today. What should I focus on? Whoa, that one just jumped right out. The star, aim high. Write down goals along with specific steps to reach them. Don't be surprised. Oh, the star, let me show you. Don't be surprised by a desire to soar in your personal or professional life. Now is the ideal time to rise up. Others will help you shine. So think big. Let your dreams carry you higher than you imagine. You've got good stuff going on. But I think you're in a bit of a rut and not thinking about what those things are. So it literally says write down goals with specific steps to reach them. I said a keyword and now I have a dog trying to scratch my butt because he wants OUT. So, whoops. And this is the Chariot. What's driving your life? So you've got, okay, what's driving your life? I just kind of let these cards fall out. So they weren't really upright or reversed. So make sure you're the one making decisions. This is about you and your choices. So if you've got a lot of stuff going on that you don't feel like you have a lot of choice over, get that pros and cons or yes, no list, get that list out because there's a lot of stuff that you can be doing. I think you're just in a bit of a rut and you're not thinking about it. You're not giving it a lot of thought. And it's really, once you get accustomed to the rut, it's really hard. The deeper the rut gets, the harder it is to look up and over the edge and see what's around you. Right. And I think you're dealing with a little bit of that right now. So find that one thing, look at the star, look at that star, make that list, and then find the one thing that's easy and do it. And then find the next easy thing and do that. And just start climbing back out of that rut. But yeah, I don't think you should focus on any one thing you're not at a stage of focusing on any one thing. You're at a stage of what things are there, what's there, so that you know what you can be choosing from. Well, somebody's going for a nap. What should I focus on this month in my spiritual life? Blue says, thank you. I get that reading all the time, but I guess I need to hear it from you. It's because I'm special and wonderful, and you should only listen to me. You know what? I can actually change the name and have it say Queen Peggy, because I haven't got an ego. You guys all know the story, so that's fine. Okay. So what should I focus on this month in my spiritual life? Balancing home and work. I will say that home and work, you need to balance home and work. Because I think instead of what you need to focus on in your spiritual life, you need to focus on making space for your spiritual life. As a one card, that's how I would read this. Focus on where you are giving too much of yourself. And again, you can't focus on yourself if you're busy. So all play and no work is just as bad as all work and no play. And remember to save your pennies. Every time you get money, put a little aside for a rainy day. So what you need to focus on for your spiritual life is balancing that, is creating some. Okay, we always talk about work-home balance as the day job and then at home, but we don't think of personal balance of I'm busy doing all the things that I need to maintain my work-home balance, and I'm leaving nothing left for me to have those selfish little moments where I only focus, because your spiritual life is an inwardly focused practice. If you're focusing on, okay, I got all this work stuff to do, then I got to go home and have all this family and friends and blah, 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 blah stuff to do. You don't have that little tiny corner that's all for you. So I think what you need to do is focus on getting that under control, so that, not under control, but focus on where those spaces are for you to have that spiritual life balance happening. 4 of Pentacles reversed. Pay attention to your bottom line. Don't make any rash cash decisions. Don't loan out money. So it does sound like you're really, really busy with work. You're busy with, working at the job, paying for the sitter, paying for this, paying for that. You're really busy. So you need to focus on freeing up more time for yourself. I am having issues. Oh, that was in response to your reading. Okay. My future partner not feeling good about my love life. Denise Silva. Okay, love life readings. Let me see. Sometimes I don't do. Okay, then. This is fine. Okay, well, you're feeling pretty trapped right now. Ever feel like your thoughts were all out to get you? This card reminds you to open your eyes, and this was reversed. So you're okay. Whatever's going on in your relation right now, whatever's going on right now has you feeling pretty trapped. You may be navigating tricky paths, but remember, you got yourself into it. You can get yourself out. So whatever's going on right now, you're feeling kind of trapped, like it's something that you can't fix. But whatever's going on, it says it right here. You come fix it. Now the card being reversed. When the card is reversed, it doesn't mean you can't fix it, but it might not be a simple, easy solution. You can fix it, but it's not necessarily going to be as easy as it could or should be. But it's there. You can fix it. So whatever's going on that's affecting your, about your love life, whatever's going on is something you can fix. But you just got to take the time to identify what's going on and fix it. And your next card is also a sword, which is challenges. And that's about the intellect. The ace is the seed of mental activity. Make sure you are clear on what you want. So that's what's keeping you trapped in the Eight of Swords. I think you need to really rethink what you're looking for in a partner, who your ideal partner is. You need to rethink what you are expecting, because sometimes the best person for you isn't the person that we all develop these everybody has their fantasy of what the perfect man or woman is. That's fine. But sometimes we get so hooked on that we don't think about what's the perfect man or woman for me. Right? Perfect person for you isn't the perfect person for you is never going to live up to the stereotype that you've built. And we all build a stereotype. I'm not telling you that you're doing anything. You're doing exactly what everybody else does. And now it's time for you to sit down and just think about that a little bit. Think about the kind of person that you're usually with and what's been working and what hasn't been working about your past relationships, and rethink what you want your next relationships to look like, and break down some of the stereotypes that you've built for yourself. And then you'll be able to figure it out. Queen of Pentacles, delegate more. So it's not on you to do 100% of the work in the relationship. And any relationship where that's your job is to do all the work, physically, emotionally, socially. That's the worst. That's the worst match for you. Don't do it. This card was reversed. So that's that. So future partner has very little to do with the kind of person you're normally attracted to. Is what's going on. And so just take the time to think about that. Take the time to, maybe there's already somebody in your life who has, and don't forget, having friendships with people doesn't require you to have romantic relationships with those people. Take the time to start spending time with people that are a little bit less like your stereotype and more like what makes you feel the best. And then that will attract, Lisa and I were just talking, your vibe attracts your tribe, right? It also attracts your consequences. Well, change your vibe, change your tribe, and you'll get what you need, and you'll feel so much better for it. Oh, she did that. Okay, where am I? I got a few minutes left. Oh, Leanne Richard has birthday bats. Oh, happy Beltane. Yes. Yeah. I'm going to go through all of these and double check, because I got to cross-reference the reading that I did with the response that I got. But I am so happy that you guys are getting good responses, because that you guys are feeling like I'm spot on. That's kind of what that's what I'm practicing for. Okay. Yeah, Ray Rachel Ray says, I'd love to see you do more. I think I am going to do more of this. This has been fun. I'm really enjoying it. Oh, D loves Dave has to go now. Say night to Dave. Oh, I'm behind now. Okay. Is that an old question or a new? No, that's a new question. How did I start learning tarot? I just started messing around when I was a teenager, way before the internet, off and on. Not really trying too hard, more for fun, shits and giggles, whatever. And then I met Lisa. My experiences on tarot are stop and start. That's how most of us start. We don't just, I can't say that. The internet changes everything. I grew up without the internet. And then, of course, as Lisa started getting more and more into practicing, more and more decks are coming into the house. I'm getting more and more opportunities to explore. So I didn't really start to feel like I was getting really good at it until the last couple of years. Getting a decent reading, sure, but feeling like, well, I'm pretty good at this. I just don't remember the cards very well. Actually, my thing has always been dream interpretation. That's what I do. I'm really good at that. I've been doing that my whole life. I seem to just have this. Somebody says, "Oh, I dreamed about this," and I'm going, "Oh, that's what it means." And they're going like, "You're an idiot." And then they come back 3 days later and go, "That just happened. That thing you said, yeah, that I dreamed about, yeah, like that. What you said, that happened." So it's like that's always been that's my like natural, I guess, gift. I don't know what to call it, but that's my thing. Okay. I'm recovering from COVID. What can I do to help my recovery? Anyone can answer. That's Anna Reinert. I'm assuming that other people have already answered. So let's see what I have to say. I'm not necessarily, health readings are the ones that I'm probably the least confident about. So let's see what happens. The Magician. Now the Magician reversed. The Magician is in control of their environment. The Magician reversed can be a little selfish and self-centered about how they control their environment. But then again, the Magician upright can also be a little selfish and self-centered about how they control their environment. So I'm going to say, Anna, that what you can do to help your recovery is to be a little selfish and self-centered, and sometimes maybe even manipulative to get what you need. So, well, honey, you need to pick up the cards. The cards. Yeah, you need to pick up the kids from school today. No, my COVID. And that's a little manipulative, but if you're feeling down and burnt out, just to not, I don't want to say manipulate people. That's a really shitty way to put it. Maybe let me draw another card and see if but you're in control. You are in control, and being a little selfish to say, no, I can't do that. I'm already feeling tired today. I do not want to get in the car and go get the kids because that is just going to make me feel exhausted, and I'm still trying to get over COVID. So that would seem selfish to the person who has to go pick up the kids from school, right? Well, what do you mean? You COVID was months ago. So you could end up having to be a little pushy, a little bit selfish about creating your own boundaries to make sure that you're getting the rest and the support that you need. Yeah, Page of Pentacles. This messenger is here to tell you that job searches and opportunities are favored. Make sure you're using a hands-on, methodical approach to any business. This is business. Practicality is the key to your productivity. The quality of your work is also of utmost importance. So, this is people assume finances, but what I'm looking at here is, the quality of your work is of utmost importance. The quality of your recovery is important. It's important to take the advice, do the things, and don't be afraid to be a little selfish about it to make sure you're getting what you need. I don't want to say manipulative because that's not fair. And it's not, but there may be situations where that's how you're going to start feeling about it. And it's like, no, you need to get over this. COVID. When COVID knocks you on your ass, it really wants to keep you there, and you need to get over this. And that's more important than somebody else right now. Okay, where's the next one? Ooh, is my boss in love with me? Well, that was reversed. Okay, the cards do not want to tell me whether he's in love with you or not. But the cards are definitely saying he's got a lot. Okay, the Two of Pentacles. Now, I always see twos as having an element of choice. So you need to balance home and work. Focus on where you are giving too much of yourself. All play and no work is just as bad as all work and no play. So you've gotten this one in reverse. And remember to save your pennies. Every time you get money, put a little aside for rainy days. So basically, you need to balance. You're not balancing home and work very well. And there's a possibility that you're overbalancing towards work in a way that's maybe making your boss feel like you're open for advances. Because that's kind of, so I'm going to say I don't think your boss is in love with you, but he might be starting to fall in lust with you. Or maybe he is, maybe he does like you, but I do think that you're a little bit overbalanced in favor of work right now, which is maybe making him think he has a chance. which is probably more important. That's probably more important than what he actually feels about you is how does he feel things could be proceeding between you. So it's quite possible that he's starting to get or already has the wrong idea and thinks that he has a chance. Next card was Ace of Wands, and this was in reverse. So this overbalancing is not necessarily, and like I said, it's you're mentioning your boss. So this isn't necessarily helping situations. So maybe you need to be a little less available for those special projects and overtime and whatever that puts you more in contact with him. Next card is Ace of Wands. So grab that wand so you can create magic. You hold the creative spark needed to make things happen. So regardless of what he's feeling, nothing's going to happen unless you initiate. Action is called for. A new passion makes its way into your heart. So whether it's art or artist, the zing is there. Be ready for the desire to fire up your life. So if you have an now, both of these cards were reversed. If you have an interest, it's possible, but I'm guessing that it's not necessarily in your best interest. But that's just guesswork on my part. But, ooh. I think I caught up. Oh, I think I'm almost caught up. Whoa, Dryad. It's almost 1 a.m. where Dryad is. I don't know if Dryad's already left or not. It's almost 1 a.m., but I wanted to get a reading before sleep so I know if I need to prepare myself for nightmares or if I will sleep okay. I will tell you right now, if you are having nightmares, your priority is first thing in the morning to get up and write down everything that you can remember about your nightmare and see if there's a meaning behind it. Because if there's a meaning behind it, as soon as you sort out what it means, the nightmare will quite often go away. Or we'll stop being it. I'm shuffling with my elbows on the table, you can tell. But that's just me and my I do, like I said, dream interpretation is a thing that always, maybe that's what I should do one day but dream interpretation takes a long time just to do one. So, but maybe that's something I should do one day. Okay, so 7 of Cups, delegate more, light is the head that wears the crown when you assign tasks rather than taking it on yourself. So you're going to bed with a lot of anxiety. You're anxious before you even hop into bed, which is not helping. And 3 of Pentacles, work outweighs play today. Okay, so you're going to bed with a lot of anxiety. Work outweighs play today, but you don't need to do it all alone. Look to those who can work as a team and take a project from concept to production. So you're kind of overworked. You do a lot, and both cards are saying the same thing. Work outweighs play. Look to those who can work as a team. Delegate more. Both of these cards combined talk about you take on a lot. So you have a lot of stresses and you have a lot of anxieties. Both cards are saying that you can delegate a lot of this stuff and take a lot of that stress and pressure off of yourself. So I do think that the personal advice, which is, like I said, how I personally feel about nightmares, but the stresses and anxieties that you're taking with you when you do go to bed, the more that you can do to deal with that is the less likely you're going to be stressed and anxious when you go to bed, which means the less likely you are to have nightmares, if that makes sense. I hope that's making sense. Your projects are better done well than fast. So bringing in new blood can rejuvenate things. You may be approached by a committee. So it sounds like you've got a lot of stress in your life. It sounds like a lot of it's related to work and you taking on too much work, whether that's at the job or at the home. And it's not telling me what you can expect tonight, but it is telling me what you can. This is what you can do to help it, to make things better in the future. And 7 of Swords. Sometimes 7 of Swords. This one was also reversed. Sometimes it's better. Sometimes it's better to keep your ideas to yourself. Don't let your enthusiasm reveal things others might like to take. This is adding to your stress. This is especially on the job. Hey, blah, blah, blah. This is a good idea. So the boss turns around and says, good, you do it. And then tomorrow you have another good idea. Okay, good, you do it. So so basically you want to be a very, very helpful person. It's not a bad trait or quality to have, but I think you probably need a little bit less of it because you're being overworked because of it, which is causing you stress and anxiety, which is exacerbating issues that you already have with nightmares and things like that. So yeah, sometimes it's better to keep your ideas to yourself. Don't let your enthusiasm reveal things others might like to take. This is a good time to watch for that person who likes to use your ideas while taking all the credit. For now, focus on gathering your thoughts. You can share them later. So focus on things that will help you de-stress before you go to bed. Calming exercises, chamomile tea, anything that'll help you be a little bit less anxious when you do go to bed. Well, will make it easier for you to sleep. And I will also point out, for anybody who's not aware, when you take melatonin to sleep, melatonin makes you more likely to have dreams because it puts you into that REM sleep and you stay into it more solidly and longer. Because whenever I take melatonin to sleep sometimes because I have chronic insomnia, and when I do, I always have dreams. I took melatonin last night to get to sleep, woke up 3 different times because I was having intense dreams. So that's a thing. Anyway, so that's that on that one. But yeah, relax before sleep. Yeah. No, I think my personal advice, like I said, write it down, contemplate it. Is there a message? Because I will say, if there's a message hidden in these, okay. It is now 4:00. Oh my God, I managed to kill 2 hours of my afternoon doing this. I didn't stop talking once. That's awesome. Thank you, by the way, guys. I never thanked any of you guys for hanging out with me today, which has been a great time. Did I miss any? Oh, tarot nat plans. I've got time for one more if you can get your question up quickly if you're still here. Yeah, and good night, Dryad. Hope you have a good night's sleep. Okay. Ouch. Peggy loses. I have a quick question. My BFF Lisa has her birthday today and found out her sister passed on Friday. Writing in a gratitude journal can help stop. No, okay, I think is that the question? Not a problem, Backyard Naturals. I'm glad you guys I'm okay. I'm just double checking to make sure I haven't missed anything. So I'm not trying to ignore you guys. I definitely am grateful that you guys hung out today. That was fun. Maybe what we can do one day. Maybe I can do you guys like just readings, or do you guys want to maybe one day do a Celtic cross or something big, and then just work it together as a group or something like that? I'm up for anything, and I had fun. I'll check in with Lisa if she still feels comfortable. I'd love to do more of these because it gives me something to do during the week, and it gives me practice, which I desperately want. Message for my friend Lisa. Should I take a vacation? Should I try to take vacation? Okay. This is interesting. I'm going to stop at the one card. Okay, this is for tarot nat plans. The Page of Pentacles. Now don't forget, every single deck has a slightly different nuance based on how that particular deck creator sees the deck. This deck says, this messenger is here to tell you that job searches and opportunities are favored. Make sure you are using a hands-on, methodical approach to any business situation. Practicality is the key to your productivity. The quality of your work is also of utmost importance. So My brain just stopped at is here to tell you that job searches and opportunities are favored. If you're in a position where taking a break it depends on how and why you're thinking about taking a break. But whatever it is you do for work, you can do it somewhere else. That's what that first line is telling me. Now that doesn't mean anything all by itself. 4 of Swords. Sometimes the ability to rest seems like a luxury. If you're in a job right now that's making you feel overworked and underappreciated, then now is probably a really good, unless there is something vital that's happening on the job that will fuck you over if it doesn't get done. Now is the best time. Trying to take a vacation as soon as possible is in your best interest, just because sometimes it seems like the ability to rest is a luxury. You're overworking yourself in some way, on some level right now, and you need a break from that. And if you don't get that break, fine, getting another job isn't going to be that hard. But if you don't get that break, that's probably where you're going towards next. So you probably should try and take a vacation, even if it's just an at-home staycation. Oh yeah, overwhelmed at work. Yeah, so whatever it is that you do for a living, there are other opportunities in that same field. So you've got no reason not to. And if you're not sure what the opportunities are, look that up first. This sounds really fucked up. Okay, I've been in toxic workplaces where people are afraid to take time off. If I take time off, I won't have a job when I come back. So double check and make sure that either you will have a job when you come back or you can get another job. And as long as that's going for you, you've got no reason to keep torturing yourself with what's going on at work. Dee says, I work from home. This totally felt like I had coworkers. Yeah, I find that whenever I take melatonin, but see, like I said, I do dream interpretation for the fun of it. So whenever I have an intense dream, it's like, ooh, what's this one all about? It doesn't bother me to have really, really super intense dreams. But a lot of people that take melatonin, especially if you're taking relatively high doses of it, a lot of people on melatonin report back that you can look it up. You can Google it, right? Don't just take my word for it. But a lot of people on melatonin say that they have a stronger tendency to have really intense dreams if they're taking melatonin. Doesn't mean you should stop. And melatonin comes, like, we accidentally bought some melatonin that's like 10 milligrams. It's like, it comes in like, okay, up here, 2, 5, 10. So you can get it in really strong doses because it's just a supplement. It's not a medication. It's not considered a medication, right? So I lost track. I thought one person, oh, that was Tarot Nat Plans. Okay, so I think I got everybody I promised to get to. I think if I don't show up and pick up my wife, I'm going to get yelled at. So I think I need to get going. It's 4:11 now. Oh, Peggy Lou, her sister died Friday. So message for my friend Lisa. That was, okay, we're going to finish on that one. So, Lisa is Peggy's friend. That's funny because my name is Peggy and my wife's name is Lisa. Seems weird. Dun. Okay. So what message for Lisa? Her sister passed away on Friday, but it's Lisa's birthday today. Lisa's birthday is today, but the friend passed away on Friday. And thanks everybody for showing up. Don't forget to like, subscribe because my wife is awesome. Ring the bell. Leave me comments. Don't forget to leave me comments. That's fine. Okay, so message for Lisa. Okay, so the Hanged Man, Judgment, and 4 Pentacles. Hangman and Judgment are both upright. So the Hangman is about life in suspension, which is perfectly normal. She's going to be going through this for a while, and however she thinks, however she feels, this is all normal, and not to be afraid to explore her feelings, feel her feelings. Answers can be found when you look at things from a different angle. Suspending your own sense of reality lets you see something from someone else's point of view. And now this could be a message for you as well, Peggy Lou. Just, it feels weird saying Peggy when my name's Peggy. It's like, anyway, you probably feel the same way when you have to when you meet a Peggy. Challenge yourself to examine the issues at hand from a different vantage point. Sometimes answers really are closer than they appear. And this is not this. I mean, this is limited because grief just puts automatic limits on anything right now. But I would focus on suspending your own sense of reality, and that's normal. So I like to say sucks but normal, but it's true. That's exactly how it goes. So just, looking from things from a different angle. And obviously, if somebody you're close to passes away, especially if it was unexpected, it's like, why? And just feeling free to explore that without feeling obligated to find an answer is probably, but she's going to be looking at a lot of this energy in the next little while. And that's completely normal. This is what grief looks like, right? Next card is, okay, this is Judgment, and this is already past tense. You are approaching a significant moment in your life, which may come with the bells of a major life happening. Or it may be a quiet rise to the next great thing. And obviously this is not a great thing, but this is a major life event. And it's okay for her to, anything she wants, needs, thinks, feels is okay right now, is what I'm seeing from both of these cards. And maybe I'm just reading too much into it. Celebrate transcending and enjoy the ride. Next stop will be the beginning of your new stairway upward, which seem like, I mean, look at this. It's like, it's very Christian centric, but it's the voices from heaven, stairway upward. So something that really might help, but I mean, celebrate transcending and enjoy the ride. So something that may really help her is to think about her sister, think about the good things. Don't be afraid to spend a little bit of, try to spend a little time celebrating the life that she had and not the fact that she's gone. Might help her get through this, right? And we've got the Four of Pentacles reversed. Pay attention to your bottom line. Don't make rash decisions. Don't loan money. Your best bet right now is to say no to large purchases. Focus more on how you can increase your finances. So when you are distracted enough, money ceases to be important. And then when you bring your head back above water again to see what's going on, you can find out that you're drowning in debt. I'm like, it can be really, her sister passed. It can be tempting for her to go, I'm not going back to work just yet. I'm going to take a month off. I'm going to travel in memory of my sister. It can be really easy for you. It can be really easy for you to put grief is a great way to distract yourself from everything that matters in life. And she will, it's okay. She's not betraying her sister to be looking at what she needs for her life. So, and the card is reversed. So she is going to be very, very tempted to do and I don't mean going out and partying and shit like that, but it's just, like I said, make it, I'm not going back to work for a month. I'm going to travel. I'm going to pay for all these extravagant things for the funeral that aren't necessary, but it makes me feel good that I'm doing something for my sister that you can't afford. So there is going to be a temptation for her to overspend or not think about where her money is coming from as she's spending it. So that's something that she is going to have to be aware of, whether she likes it or not. But everything else is fine. It's normal. Not fine. It's not fine. It's fine. I don't know her. That's easy for me to say, right? But if she spends some time celebrating the life that her sister had, instead of the fact that life is now over, it'll help her get through. And life in suspension. No, that was right. Life in suspension. That makes sense. She's retired and okay money-wise. Her sister was certified crazy. Okay. But you know what? Grief is grief. So giving herself permission to think back. There's a saying, don't speak ill of the dead. So she might find herself hyperfixating on the positives, even if the sister was batshit crazy. And maybe this is a message to you to just let her, don't, if she says, oh, my sister was so amazing and so kind and so this and so that, and you're sitting there going, your sister was vicious and cruel, and don't correct her. That could also be related to a message to you on how best to help her through this. But I'm not as confident in this one as I should be. So I would just say, keep your eyes open, accept that everything is normal. When with grief, all things are normal with grief. There's 5 stages. They say the 5 stages of grief, but for some people there's 100 stages. So, I mean, my condolences to her, of course, but just a reminder that whatever she's going through is normal. It's normal. It's fine. She'll be fine. She'll get through it, and she can get through the hard days by thinking about the good times. And like I said, like money, I don't know that money is a huge problem, but it could become a problem. I mean, maybe she decides she wants to distract herself by traveling further and, in a way that's more extravagant that she can afford. I don't know, but there is a money piece here that could become an issue, but not necessarily a big one. 418. If I don't leave, my wife is going to yell at me and I'll deserve it. I will deserve it. I don't have time for one more. I am going to get going. Oh, they had a toxic relationship and feels bad that she didn't call her sister back 2 weeks ago. That sucks. That's a shitty place to be in. That really is. You can walk. You start walking. I'll meet you down by the park somewhere. It's fine. That's really sucky when that happens, especially if it's like the last thing they had to say to each other was bad. Because then you start feeling like, okay, and maybe that's what the judgment card is. Maybe she now feels judged because she didn't have a positive relationship. I don't know. Like I said, this is when I'm this last one, and it's the one I'm the least confident in. I would say that just listen to her and try and let her have her process for good or bad. I think her process is to just remind her that it's okay to get it all out. It's okay to sit and contemplate. It's fine. Anything that she needs to do to work through it is fine. Be a good friend. Be a good ear. That's all you can do. And if something comes up from a financial standpoint that you think is going to harm her, then yeah, maybe just be that gentle voice that says, "Oh, maybe you should take a second look at your finances before you make that decision." I don't know, but yeah, it's death is messy. It's always messy. There's no way for it not to be messy. So I think you're a good friend, and I think that that's going to do a lot for her. And I think that she should just go through her process and don't feel bad or ashamed or guilty which she's going to anyway. But don't feel bad or ashamed or guilty that she's going through the process. So that is something to remember too. And anyway, now that I'm ending on a bad note, but I hope it resonated. I hope it worked for you. Everything's evened up now. Okay. Yeah. Peggy Lou you are being a good friend, Peggy Lou. And just remember to let it be all about her. And maybe you do have to bite your tongue a little bit, but she will get over it. She will be fine. I mean, you don't have a choice, right? You have to get on with getting on. So anyway, I am going to get going before my wife actually does get mad at me instead of just pointing out the time in her gentle, loving way. I love my wife. Okay. I'm going to get going, guys. Thanks for hanging out with me. We are going to take notes on how we both feel about me continuing to do this. I'm definitely going to do this again. We just don't, are we going to make it a regular thing, or is it just whenever I have extra time? We don't know. But I will be back sooner or later, and you'll be seeing more of Lisa. My next reading is on this channel on Friday, because we're going to do it every Fridays. And I'm going to get going and go get the wife. The dogs are leaving me alone. But anyway, I'm going to go take care of my stuff, and I will see you guys again soon. Thanks for hanging out. Bye.